The wall seems weaker here than in other places.
This doesn't seem as strong as the other parts of the cell.
This section of the wall could use a doctor. Maybe Spock should take a crack at this.
Interesting, Captain. I believe that this is a weakness in the superstructure of this station. It is possible that we may be able to use this weakness to escape.
Oh, no, you don't.
An unconscious Manao Shem. You notice something in his pocket.
I would advise against reviving him, Captain.
I think I see some sort of computer card in his pocket, Mr. Spock. I have found no weapons, but there is a pass card.
This turns off the force field control on the cell. A locker. It is locked.
No, I don't think that's necessary.
I don't think the cell uses a passcard lock.
All right, Commander, you were about to tell us why you're being so hostile. Let's hear your story.
Does the name Lieutenant Ralph Garvin sound familiar to you? He was my roommate at the academy and was killed by some blood-sucking cloud while on a landing party under your command.
Space is not the safest of environments. I've always done my best to protect my crew, and I've always honored anyone who has lost their life under my command.
The Enterprise is routinely assigned to unknown and extremely dangerous sectors.
I have always made it a policy to lead landing parties and share the risk with my men. I suppose you've never lost someone under your command, Commander. You've never felt the loss of a subordinate while you've been on a landing party?
I read the transcripts of Ralph's death, and I'm not satisfied with the way the situation was handled.
Mister, we're in a life and death situation. And the more grief I get from you, the less chance we have of surviving. We can settle this later.
I'll be a model officer, sir. Just think of it, Captain. Only one security officer for you on this mission. It must be unusual to have so little protection.
Don't try to provoke me, mister. You may regret it.
I don't know what you mean, sir.
There it is, the triplane that shot down the Enterprise.
Why don't you start it up and fly off in a blaze of glory? After all, you are James T. Kirk, the toast of Starfleet. The man who never loses.
Mr. Ellis.
What's the matter, Kirk? The truth hurts? You never let that get in the way of your ego before.
I'm putting you on report for insubordination. We're all upset, Mr. Ellis, but these insults won't solve the thing. That's it. I've taken all I can stand from you.
Most illogical.
Grief and stress make people do illogical things, Mr. Spock.
So I have observed.
That was a good sucker punch, Kirk, but not good enough.
If you want to resolve this, we can do it after the mission's over. Right now, hundreds of people are counting on us. It's too important to let a vendetta get in our way.
Fine.
In some ways, human behavior has not significantly changed over the last 400 years.
You shouldn't judge us by our worst examples, Spock. It's the struggle to overcome our primitive tendencies that's the important thing. Unfortunately, we don't always succeed.
What are you two looking so smug about?
This one's even more savage than the last one of your officers who made the same mistake. My compliments, Captain, on having such a spirited crew. Truly a testament to your fine leadership.
Release him, Trelane. He's done you no harm. Take me in his place. He's not a member of my crew, and you know it. Besides, he looks rather peaceful standing there.
Are you trying to use me, Captain, to solve your own discipline problems? Take care, Kirk. No one uses the Red Baron of Gotham.
I'm glad to see the deep concern you show for the men under your command. I am truly inspired by you, Kirk.
We received the message from the Zimbabwe. It left rather abruptly.
A shame that Mr. Ellis and I could not have settled our differences. He might have made a good officer for the Enterprise.
Unfortunately, Captain, life doesn't always go the way we'd like it. Happy endings are things to be cherished.
I didn't know your good luck was only temporary. I'd be quite annoyed.
Mr. Full House is complaining. If his hands were any more indecent, he would be arrested.
With the Baron's soldiers, he might be arrested even if his hands were decent. I can't complete a straight to save my life.
Or your fortune.
And what is the Bluffmeister up to this time?
He doesn't bluff. He just complains about everything.
I do not. If I did, I would have hit the ceiling with my last hand.
You dealt. You deal with it.
There's no hand worse than the one you deal yourself. I told you I wasn't bluffing. We three kings would take the stake.
I didn't know your good luck was only temporary. I'd be quite annoyed.
I have so few vices in my life. I must do the best I can with what I have.
Whose deal is it?
Captain, what happened?
It appears our alien friend likes its privacy. It appears the alien doesn't want us in auxiliary control, Captain.
If this continues, we won't be in auxiliary control or anywhere else.
I don't think I'll fit in this pouch.
Captain, what are you doing?
Captain, is there a reason you're trying to fit me into a pouch?
I don't think that pouch is going to fit, sir. I have very big bones.
That's strange. I just remember when Captain Garabik died, it was incredibly vivid.
That's very strange. I just remembered the time I was shot to death in that Melkoshian frontier fantasy.
I don't know what's in that thing, but keep it away from me.
Captain, I'm sorry. For a second, I had an image that you all had died.
Stop that or I'll...
You Cossack! Why was I so angry?
Will you leave me alone? Captain, I'm sorry.
Why, you... Oh. I'm sorry, Captain. I can't believe how those stones make me feel.
I was just reminded about a summer I spent with a friend.
The moment I touched the stone, I remembered an old romance.
The moment I touched the stone, I remembered an old romance.
I would prefer if you didn't do that, Captain.
G'day! Excuse me. For a second I was experiencing a strange sensation.
Captain, please. I do not need my emotions disturbed.
I don't know what these stones are doing to our emotions, but I don't like it.
I'd prefer it if you didn't do that again, sir.
Captain, may I suggest we avoid using the stones unless it's absolutely necessary?
I don't know why I'm doing this. It's as though someone else were controlling my actions.
I don't know why I'm here. I've always been the junior officer, the one who's never done anything right. Why did you bring me, Captain? Why? I'm no use to Mr. Spock.
Ensign!
My apologies, Captain. I do not know what came over me.
That's all right, Ensign. It's a strange universe. It's a wonder we haven't all gone mad already.
Captain, why are you doing this? Why did you bring me along in the first place? Why did I ever join Starfleet?
Icaro, get a hold on yourself.
Captain?
What is it, Mr. Walker?
Nothing, sir.
That is an odd sensation, Lord Kirk, but it is dwarfed by the bliss that the savant gives me. No. Grief. Pain. Gentle lords, why have you inflicted this upon me? I thought I was free of grief forever.
I'm sorry. We need to attract the attention of the Savant.
Captain, I strongly recommend against that action. Interesting. The Savant's emotional emanation overpowers this stone's effect.
I do not understand, sir. You wish to stun this plant? Captain Kirk, put that away right now.
Captain, a phaser is the first resort of the incompetent.
Forget it.
Jim, this isn't funny.
Captain, that action is irrational.
Jim, have you lost your mind?
You hear words in your head that say, please don't do that.
Jim, given the mental state of the individuals around us, I must strongly recommend against using our phasers to disintegrate.
The doctor is correct, Captain.
Jim, that would kill him.
Captain Kirk, your behavior puts a lie to the moralizing self-righteousness you are so well known for.
You see, Captain Clark, it is as the Council has warned. These Federation rats are never to be trusted to act in a civilized manner.
It seems that the Federation officer cannot go more than a few minutes without shooting something.
And they seem to prefer targets that do not shoot back, I notice. How pathetic.
Captain Kirk, I don't wish to interfere, but I think you're acting hastily to destroy those plants. I know something about botany. Yes, we Klingons do practice agriculture after our own fashion. I think those plants are suffering some nutrient deficiency, and it might be possible to bring them back to health under the right circumstances.
I also know something about plants, Captain Clark. I'm going to take these out so healthier plants can grow in the space available.
And you humans think we're barbarians.
Jim, I think these plants can be revived.
I'll take a closer look and see if there's something that can be done to restore these plants instead of destroying them as a lost cause.
I would not appreciate that, albeit that it would do no significant harm.
The elderly alien opens his eyes and looks at Uhura.
You had promised to watch our throne, but instead you bring us food. We should be angry with you, but because we are hungry, I see this food has not been prepared. It's raw, and that's indecorous. We are not unsophisticated like that loud Tuscan, nor the child yonder whose mother feeds him too much fresh food. Our teeth are not strong, and we prefer our food cooked. If you have any of that, we will take it gladly. Otherwise, we will sleep and dream of a king's feast.
The elderly alien opens his eyes and looks at Uhura.
You had promised to watch our throne, but instead you bring us food. We should be angry with you, but because we are hungry...
He takes the prepared food and picks through it, eating.
Our teeth are not strong, and we prefer our food cooked. Not like that loud Tuscan, nor the child yonder whose mother feeds him too much fresh food. Now the food is gone, and food always puts us to sleep, so we can dream happy dreams. We take great offense that you would offer us such slop! Headsman! Headsman! Where is that car? How dare you!
You will understand my aid checks what you're offering me.
Don't eat that, Captain Clark. Just as I would expect of the Federation scum. They're trying to drug you into insensibility.
I suppose I could eat something. I think it makes me feel better, even though I'm such a bad mother. Such a bad person.
Captain, I don't think that's a good idea.
It's not your decision, Bones, it's mine. I'm going to eat this.
You eat and it tastes fine, but soon you feel not entirely yourself.
I'll take your advice, Bones, and put this food away.
The youngster wrinkles his nose at the box of food.
My mom says those food boxes are bad for us. She said Tuscan told her they poison us if the food comes out of the machines. Anyway, I really like fresh food from the garden. I keep some in a secret place, but I haven't had any more in a long time.
The elderly alien is unresponsive, either deeply asleep or having been rendered unconscious.
I don't want that. If I wanted some, I could have had it any old time. I like fresh food. I thought that was what I was keeping in the box, but it all went goopy.
You may have thought this was a good idea and tell your mind yes, but your mouth and stomach lodge a very emphatic no.
I've had to eat some pretty strange food since I joined Starfleet, Captain, but this is where I draw the line.
Captain, Vulcans may prefer vegetable foods over animal protein, but this is unpalatable, thank you.
I've had to eat some pretty strange food since I joined Starfleet, Captain, but this is where I draw the line.
This is gratuitous use of guck and goo. You.
Just ate. Not hungry now.
You think I am a fool? Get away from me with that reeking glop!
She looks at you with disgust and refuses the food. Although the lens magnifies things you look at through it, somewhat like a magnifying lens, the image is distorted and warped. Pretty soon, this seems like a non-productive way to use the paralens.
Jim, stop. I might not understand all this, but I still feel this could be too important a discovery to damage any further. Maybe it can still be fixed, but not after it has sustained the blast from a phaser.
No, Captain. Wanton destruction of this device would be a crime. No, Captain. Wanton destruction of this device would be a crime. How do you answer a question like rock plus X equals flight?
What are you saying? The question was pig plus X equals cow.
But Captain, what I heard was rock plus X equals flight. And you heard something else, Mr. Spock?
Chicken plus X equals reality.
Which one do we answer?
Mine seems straightforward. It's a sling or an old-fashioned gun. A rock propelled takes flight. What is a bullet if not an engineered rock?
I never knew you had such a warlike imagination, Lieutenant.
Wait, it's not a weapon. That's too limited. The answer is energy. A rock with energy added achieves flight.
Convincing logic, Lieutenant, but why so many questions? And which one do we answer? They addressed me directly. I think we have to answer my question. I just don't know how.
If I may, based on the evidence, I remain convinced there is no answer.
Your candor is appreciated. I trust we'll have achieved some understanding before we have to answer.
We can't forget they will let only one of us answer. How do you answer a question like rock plus X equals flight?
What are you saying? The question was pig plus X equals cow.
But Captain, what I heard was rock plus X equals flight. And you heard something else, Captain Clark?
I heard talk, talk. plus X equals Sorak Nav. The human translation would be Thok plant plus X equal hive paper.
Which one do we answer?
Mine seems straightforward. It's a sling or an old-fashioned gun. A rock propelled takes flight. What is a bullet if not an engineered rock?
I admire your warrior's imagination, Lieutenant. However, even among Klingons, not every action is warlike.
Wait, it's not a weapon. That's too limited. The answer is energy. A rock with energy added achieves flight.
Convincing logic, Lieutenant, but why so many questions? And which one do we answer? They addressed me directly. I think we have to answer my question. I just don't know how.
There must be an underlying concept behind each question, and a solution for all three questions.
How would you go about that, if I might ask?
It all fits! The Tlok-Pok flower is egg-shaped. Therefore, I believe egg is correct for all equations. Kirk, in a barter society, might not a cow be worth, say, a pig with a clutch of eggs thrown in?
So?
The Tlok flower is egg-shaped in color and size. Lieutenant, your question concerns a rock achieving flight. It is common for flying creatures to be born from eggs.
You think egg is the answer to X in all these equations?
It must be.
Uhura's answer is better than that. Unbelievably convoluted reasoning, Clar. And I think we need to solve pig plus X equals cow.
Perhaps at this stage we can only agree to disagree.
And when it comes time to stand up to answer the Brassica,
I'm willing to let either of you answer.
We can't forget they will let only one of us answer.
What kind of question is peace plus X equal home? These Brassicans are a peculiar lot.
What are you saying? The question was pig plus X equals cow.
Interesting, Kirk. I heard Tlok-Pok plus X equals Sorok Nav. To humans, it would translate to plant plus X equal hive paper. What did you hear, Doctor?
Well, I heard peace plus X equal home.
Which one do we answer?
The answer lies in the relationship of the questions. The relationship between the plant, peace, and a pig, or between hive, paper, home, and a cow.
Clar, if you can make that connection, you're a better man than I.
Goes without saying, Dr. McCoy. I am a Klingon.
I'm not impressed, Clar. The Brassica addressed me first. I think we need to answer pig plus X equals cow.
If there's only one answer, it should be sensible. Mine is straightforward. Peace and quiet makes a happy home. It's almost a cliche.
Reason enough to discount it.
Your candor is appreciated. I trust we'll have achieved some understanding before we have to answer.
They're only going to let one of us answer. What kind of question is peace plus X equal home? These Brassicans are a peculiar lot.
What are you saying? The question was pig plus X equals cow.
Jim, I heard quite clearly. Peace plus X equal home. What did you hear, Spock?
Chicken plus X equals reality.
Which one do we answer?
Maybe only one has an answer, a good answer. I think mine is. Peace plus quiet equals happy home. It's almost cliche.
Your equation didn't say anything about happy, Bones. They addressed me as the central figure. So I think we have to solve my problem. How is another question.
Captain, you hear one question, I hear another. None are sensible. Logic dictates identifying the pattern. I believe the Brassica expect us to realize there is no pattern. Specifically, there is no answer.
Your candor is appreciated. I trust we'll have achieved some understanding before we have to answer.
They're only going to let one of us answer.
Starfleet, the official agency of the United Federation of Planets that is involved with space exploration and contact with alien worlds. Starfleet is based on human naval traditions, but military matters are not its primary mission. Starfleet Academy, the training branch of Starfleet. The Academy is located on Earth. Nearly every member race of the Federation has sent representatives to the Academy. Earth, Class M home world to the human race located in Sector 001. Earth is also the location of the Federation Council President's Office and Starfleet Command. Cross-reference entry, Alpha Quadrant. Spock, Starfleet rank, Commander, current assignment, First Officer and Science Officer of the USS Enterprise. Commander Spock is one of the finest science officers in Starfleet and has been cited numerous times by Starfleet and the Federation. James T. Kirk, Starfleet rank, Captain. Current assignment, Command of the USS Enterprise. Renowned as the youngest captain in the history of Starfleet, Captain Kirk has been decorated many times for valor and is considered one of the Starfleet's best officers and a superb military commander. Montgomery Scott, Starfleet rank, Lieutenant Commander. Current assignment, Chief Engineer of the USS Enterprise. Montgomery Scott is one of the most respected engineers in Starfleet, having published numerous reports on starship engineering. Lieutenant Commander Scott is considered the foremost expert on the engine systems of Constitution-class starships. Uhura, Starfleet rank, Lieutenant. Current assignment, Chief Communications Officer of the USS Enterprise. Lieutenant Uhura is considered an expert computer analyst specializing in communications equipment and linguistics. Uhura's other official duties include navigation in the event the primary navigator or a replacement is unavailable. Hikaru Sulu, Starfleet rank, Lieutenant. Current assignment, Chief Helmsman for the USS Enterprise. Lieutenant Sulu is regarded as one of the most capable officers in Starfleet. Sulu graduated near the top of his class at the Academy and is considered an excellent military tactician. Pavel Chekhov, Starfleet rank, Ensign. Current assignment, Navigator for the USS Enterprise. Ensign Chekhov has been decorated several times for valor. Dr. Leonard McCoy, Starfleet rank, Chief Surgeon. Currently assigned to the Federation starship USS Enterprise. Dr. McCoy is considered one of the finest medical researchers in the Federation. Janice Rand, Starfleet rank, Yeoman. Current assignment to the USS Enterprise. Duties include Captain's Executive Assistant. Christine Chappell, Starfleet rank, Medical Officer. Current assignment, Head Nurse for the USS Enterprise. Nurse Chappell graduated third in her class in nursing at Starfleet Academy. She gave up a promising bioresearch career to serve aboard the USS Enterprise. Zephram Cochrane, inventor of the warp drive, born on a settlement orbiting Alpha Centauri. Cochrane left Alpha Centauri at the age of 87 to die and is presumed to have died in space. USS Enterprise, Federation Constitution-class starship, launched 2245 from the San Francisco yards orbiting Earth. Currently under the command of Captain James T. Kirk and First Officer Commander Spock. The Enterprise is in the midst of its fourth year of a 5-year mission dedicated to exploration. Naval Construction Contract Registration Number, NCC 1701. Hand Phaser. Cross-reference entries, phaser and disruptor. Phaser. Derived from lasers, the phaser is the chief weapon of the Federation. Using rectified phased energy, a phaser can produce cellular feedback that stuns organic life or can disrupt and destroy molecular bonds. Handheld phasers are considered a critical part of a landing party's inventory. Cross-reference entry, disruptor. Disruptor, a directed energy weapon roughly equivalent to Federation phasers. Klingons and Romulans, among other races, have both portable and ship-mounted versions. Cross-reference entry, phaser. Photon torpedo, a tactical weapon used by Federation starships. The photon torpedo is a self-propelled missile using small amounts of matter and antimatter to produce a destructive force even at warp speeds. Tricorder, a portable sensing recording computing appliance featuring state-of-the-art technology. There are separate models for science, engineering, and medical officers. Dr. Carol Marcus, the current Chief of Research on Station ARC-7, Terrell Marcus is an expert in molecular biology, bioprotein development, cell mutation science, and radiation science. Dr. Marcus has been offered many posts in the Federation, but refuses to be involved in any project which may have a direct military application. Cross-reference entry, ARC 7. ARC 7, a highly sophisticated archaeology project looking into the origins of life in the universe. The project is being led by Dr. Carol Marcus, who, along with a crew of 17 members, is dedicated to unlocking the mystery of life. Further information is classified. Sarek, Vulcan Ambassador to the United Federation of Planets, one of the most respected diplomats in Federation history. Ambassador Sarek is the father of Commander Spock, first officer of the USS Enterprise. Harcourt Fenton Mudd, also known as Harry Mudd, one of the most infamous criminals at large in the Federation, a notorious con artist and troublemaker. Mudd has been imprisoned numerous times for petty crimes. While Mudd is not considered physically dangerous, he is quite devious and often uses dangerous means to ensure the success of his schemes. Tribbles, discovered by Cyrano Jones on a planet whose location is unknown, these charming animals with some alterations have become a favorite pet on many Federation planets. They project empathetic waves that stimulate the brain's pleasure centers in most known humanoids, although they irritate the Klingon brain. Their rapid reproduction rate requires all tribbles for trade to be neutered prior to sale. Dr. Ias Bradell, once a Vardane scientist and administrator, leader of an anti-Federation faction on Vardane, and head of a Constitution-class shipbuilding program on Vardane. Dr. Bradell presumably died in battle with the USS Enterprise. Dr. Voss Bradell, Vardane scientist, leader of the Technocratic Political Party on Vardane, and son of the deceased scientist Ias Bradell, considered to be the current leader of the Anti-Federation Party on Vardane. Walter Ellis, Starfleet rank Lieutenant Commander, current assignment Security Chief and First Officer of the USS Zimbabwe, decorated 3 times by Starfleet for bravery under fire, and awarded the Starfleet Award of Valor for his actions during the Kelver Uprising on Rigel 7. Trelane, also known as the Squire of Gothas, an entity posing as a self-styled retired human general of 19th century Earth, in actuality, a naughty child of an extremely powerful alien race. His attempt to commandeer the USS Enterprise was foiled by Captain James Kirk and by the intervention of Trelane's parents, who took him away, presumably to another dimension, for punishment. Gothos, an iron silica planet created by the entity Trelane. The planet Gothos was propelled around space by Trelane until he was defeated by Captain James Kirk.